Okay, and you tagged both of y'all?
Yeah.
All right. I really don't like how
doing a video.
Oh, I think we live.
We are.
Are we?
I think so.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I can't see anything. Matter of fact, let me back. And I'm still on. Let me go. Let me see.
We live.
Yeah, we are. Oh, and it's all three. Oh, it's all three grid view. Oh yeah. Okay, so let me go to the thing. Hi everyone. I'm Ashley Monique, owner of Ashley Shimmy Tummy, and I am starting something new with my girls and whatnot. It's called Successfully Single. So this is officially like the first episode. We've tried and we're gonna keep trying. We just keep going through BS after BS, but the devil busy. That's how I know it's gonna be successful. Okay, so the show is called Successfully Single. I know y'all be who watch me and follow me on Facebook. Y'all know I hashtag that a lot because that's what I am. And successful is whatever your definition is, whatever you make it, whatever, like goals that you set short-term or long-term, and you actually accomplish those. So that's considered successful in my book. Okay, so to jump right into this, y'all know who I am. I'm Ashley Monique, and I would like for my people to introduce themselves, and then we'll jump right into it. So who would like to go first?
Well, my name is Ashley Monique, if you can't tell.
Oh my God! Okay, well, it's two of us. I got a twin. Oh, she's, what is it? Fraternal, not
Fraternal twins.
Yeah, right. Like not identical, but that's Cortney. We, like I said, we had technical difficulties.
I'm Cortney.
Right.
I'm tagged. Cortney Danielle. Some of y'all may know me as Danielle.
Right.
And
this is VZW.
I'm Kesta, but on Facebook, everybody knows me as Keke Moody.
Right. Okay. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this for a while. I have been doing this for a while, but it's just like been touch and go. And so, like with COVID and everything, I have a whole lot of time on my hands, clearly. Y'all see, I post videos, I do statuses, whatever. But jumping into the topics that we have tonight, one of the first ones we want to talk about, it's about us women. We each have our own different views and different lifestyles or whatnot. I'm more of my opinion, and we can each go around and like give each other like description of each other, because I think it's kind of like an icebreaker, like how we view each other, but respectfully. Let's view, because I'm sensitive, so so I do know that I'm more of the, how those shirts that be going viral and stuff on Facebook, they be like, oh, the crazy cousin, the this, that. Well, I know that I am the straightforward friend. I'm the tell it like it is friend. I'm the don't call me if you don't want the truth. Like, I'm going to tell you the truth. But I used to be like a straight shooter, but now I'm more, I'm older now, so I'm more sensitive to feelings now. At first, I just used to be a thug. I used to be like, girl, you should leave that dude. Like, he ain't this, he ain't that. Now I'm like, well, have you thought about therapy? That's how I am now. Okay, so, and Kesta, to me, she's like my spiritual advisor. Like when she knows that she's my spiritual advisor. So like when I want to be like, ugh, like when I'm ready to like violate my probation, like just, it is what it, like, let my ankle monitor go off, I'm just, she's the person who you would call, and she'll just reel you back in, and she'll make you be like, you know what, God is good all the time, so that's her for me. And then Cortney, to me, Cortney is the Beyonce, she's Courtney me. No, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I scratch that, erase that. I'm gonna take that back because that's actually Kesta's description of her. Cortney to me is her. Like she favors her to me. Like the singer, you know, big hair, used to wear the shades and stuff, but super cute. Cortney is her to me. Cortney is amazing. She's a great friend. She's so giving. But Cortney is a firecracker. Like low key, she's a firecracker. She's like one of those, you know, those little things that you like, you know, and you, and then you, oh shit, you know, like she's that. She can be that for sure. She gives me scrappy, you know, like Scooby-Doo little nephew. You're like, let me have, like, to me, yes, you do. You can get there. You can go there.
Compared to Scrappy.
You like little Scrappy, you know. But that's my description of my girl. So who would like to go next of describing each of us?
I think you did a good job.
Okay, so there's no description?
I don't think I'm Scrappy, but as far as like our role in our little group here, yeah.
Okay, well, let's jump into the topics.
So does body count matter?
Does body count matters? I think it depends on what you're looking for. Like if you're at that phase in your life where you just be like, I ain't trying to teach nobody nothing. Like I'm just ready to, I mean, what's good? I think body count matters. I think like you want a decent number because the number with the high number will come with experience. So if you want to, I don't want to use this word, but I'm going to say it. It may be controversial, but not on my path. If you want to be slutted out, if you want to be digged down,
not digged down.
And we're speaking on behalf of women, you know, because that's what we are, and women that are attracted to men, you know. We will have guests, you know, who may be attracted to the same sex, but currently at the moment, we're attracted to men. So I think body count matters. I don't know. I'm iffy. Like, I don't, you know, but what do y'all think? Does body count matters?
I don't think body count matters. Okay. And that's not saying like my body count is high or nothing like that. I'm just saying I don't think it matters because that's before the relationship. That has nothing to do with you. Like nothing to do with you. So why should it matter? You know what I mean? Whether it's small or large, what does it have to do with you?
So you don't. But the way you just phrased that, it made it seem like don't even ask me. Like, hey, my name is Cortney. My name is Tim. So you're saying don't ask you. You don't even want to discuss that.
I mean, if you want to ask the question, ask the question. If you're curious, because I mean, I would be curious. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, you know, like how you get down. You know what I mean? Like I would want to know. However, that wouldn't be a yes or no factor to me. That wouldn't just, you know, be like, oh, too high, I'm out. I wouldn't do that.
I feel that way about kids. How many kids you got? 4. Ooh, too high, I'm out. But that's another topic. That's another look, handy dandy pen. That's another topic.
I'm only here for 2-step kids. What do you think?
Well, as far as body count, it shouldn't matter. To me, it definitely shouldn't matter. I don't care how many you had, if you had 20, if you had 15, as long as you're not adding to your body count while we're together, like it don't even matter. And you played it safe. Don't be bringing nothing over here and all that stuff. But just it don't matter. Like I really believe if all that was before what we got going on, I don't even care. Matter of fact, I don't even want to know because I might know one of them. So I don't even.
If you're dating somebody from your town, you know one of them. That's why I have a no Marion County surrounding area limitation. Like not limitation, but discrimination. And I don't mind using that D word. No. And then people know that's been in my inbox. I'll tell them, I said, like some karate move. Like, I don't talk to people from Marion County or the surrounding areas. Cause you ain't gonna never sit at no cookout and talk about me. You ain't gonna never stand up at no gas. Let me tell you something. You're never gonna stand up at a gas station, a hood spot, and talk about me. You're never gonna go to the barbecue and get a barbecue sandwich or a pulled pork sandwich, or go through McDonald's and discuss me. The only time you're gonna my name is gonna come out your mouth is because you ordered something from me. That's it. You spent money with me.
I agree. That's why you ain't supposed to keep it in the family, you know.
And you ain't supposed to.
Y'all ain't gonna be at the family reunion talking about me.
You're not supposed to eat where you shit at. Like, I would never date a coworker either, ever. I would never date a coworker.
That can be very
controversial.
It could be. That could cause a problem.
It depends on where you work at, though.
What do you mean, like a big place, like a big?
I think if you work in a big place, I mean, I don't know. I done heard about some stuff. What is it in Marion, the Purdue or something like that?
No, that's in Dillon.
That's in Dillon.
Oh,
but Sepaco is like in Marion County. Sepaco.
Oh, I don't know. I done seen some stuff on my timeline where people was talking about a situation and, you know, it was a whole thing, whatever. But like, I wouldn't say like a plant, but like if you work in like a big building where you're not going to bump into that person every day unless you make it a point to, I think that's doable.
Let me tell you the issue with that.
That could be kind of different.
Let me tell you the issue with that, which I get what you're saying, your logic behind it, but let me tell you how guys, and yes, I'm saying guys, men, what they do, because it is a big plant and you don't bump into each other. So let's say you're on first shift and he's on second shift, like that night shift, you know, that's his opportunity. He got 2 girlfriends. He got a day shift girl and he got a night shift girl. And then you know what's so crazy? The night shift girls usually know about the day shift girls. So those are usually the like the mac and cheese or the yams girls, you know, side coleslaw, you know. But they with it because the dick probably good and he giving them money, hush money. So she don't want no title until she started falling in love. And then holidays come around and she see his first shift girl posting her balloons and her hearts and the rose petals, and you know they don't went to Myrtle Beach.
If a man gonna do all that, he gonna do all that whether y'all work in the same place or not.
Right.
What
that really isn't a factor, because if a man's gonna cheat, he gonna cheat. But that's a whole nother topic.
I listen to old people. Don't eat where you sit at. I just don't do it. I believe the old people. I believe the elders.
So I have a question. Is it possible for us to kind of like ask our viewers for some feedback while we're having our discussions as far as
I can't see anything because when I try to go, are you able to see them? Okay, so are they saying something? Like, can you be the moderator?
Yeah, I got you. That's what I was saying. Like,
perfect.
Yeah, let them like tell us their feedback, what they think about it. Like, does the body count matter? Should it even be brought up? Like, just, you know.
Okay, let's read. If some questions are already there, because that's another thing too, you guys. Like, I when I was practicing the other day, like I can do poll questions as soon as I can get into my account, you know.
Right. Well, right. Ryan Wilkerson, he just said what you said. I don't cuss, but he said, don't ask where you eat.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's true. Like, I listen to older people. Like, I'm a careful girl. Like, I don't know if those of you who remember the cartoon, the Rugrats. I'm 35, so I don't know what y'all might be on some Paw Patrol. But I remember the cartoon. Rugrats. And then, the characters is like Tommy, that's the one I always wore the diaper. And then the twins, Phil and Lil. And then Angelica, which was the mean cousin they had the bald head baby doll, And then, but my character was Chucky. Chucky was the one with the glasses and the red hair.
You talking about Rugrats?
Rugrats, yeah. So remember, Tommy was always the adventurous one. Tommy was like, come on, you guys, let's do it. But Chucky was like, I don't know, you guys, like, this looks scary. That's me. I'm Chucky. Like, I don't do nothing crazy. I just started doing crazy stuff because of COVID. Because I was like, I was like, But yeah, I just believe in that. Like, I don't do nothing like super crazy. And I know that. Who is that?
Sorry.
Cortney.
I was trying to,
Cortney.
We'll be able to go back and listen to it.
no, I was trying to look at the comments because you said someone had commented. I still couldn't see it, but I got it now.
Okay. So yeah, I don't do that. I just try to avoid all controversy prior. So I don't deal with nobody from my small town or the surrounding areas. When I was in the corporate world, I don't date my coworkers. I'll let you buy me lunch and I'll even fix you lunch. Like, I've done something. I've had a crush on one of my coworkers. As a matter of fact, Cortney, I think I told you this. This was like a couple years ago, but I had a crush on him so bad. Like, I don't know. I knew what it was. Cause you know me, like, I'm a big girl. I like multiple, I talk to multiple men at the same time cause I'm single. I can do that. Long as they know, they don't know each other's name or, I just tell them what city they're from. So I'll have a Columbia, I'll have a Charleston, And so when they trying to be funny, they'll be like, what's up with that Charleston nigga? What's up with that Columbia nigga? And I'm like, none of your business. He's great, But anyway, the point of it is, you make your own decisions. That's what it all boils down to. Whatever makes you happy. So
whatever makes
but if you want to work, if you want to deal with somebody where you work at, then go ahead. I suggest don't do it because it's not going to work out.
Hey, don't do it.
Yeah, because
if you feel like it's worth it, you should do it. You might be missing out on your blessing because you're worried about what's going to happen, in the future.
Yeah, but I don't say don't. Well, I say don't do it just in case it don't work out, because that can get very difficult.
It is going to get difficult.
Right.
And if you're young, it's not going to work out. If you're not 45, that shit ain't working out.
You don't know that, though.
And how you are.
Matter of fact, there was a video that went viral on Twitter not too long ago where they had like a Mick proposal. They was both working at McDonald's.
A Mick
They had a Mick proposal. They was both working at McDonald's. He had got on his knee in the middle of the shift. It was like, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It could work out.
Were they managers or were they like?
I don't know the details of that. I just seen the video.
Well, let me tell you something. Listen, I used to be a Mick worker or a Mick employee, so I need to share the video to me so I can see their uniform, so I can see. Oh, that ain't shit. That's just a nigga on the fries and a girl who a cashier. Like, that shit ain't
it still worked out to the point
it don't matter to get married.
It do. That's struggle love. That ain't gonna work because they ain't making enough.
I'm just making a point. It's still love, whether it's struggle or not.
Struggle, mixed struggle.
Not a lot of people gonna sit there and propose in the middle of a McDonald's in the back, but also they ain't gonna accept the proposal. Like, come on now, that's love.
Listen, love. Okay, y'all know how I feel about marriage. And so one of the things that I've been like debating on, like, because I know that I will get proposed to. So I'm kind of debating on whether or not if I want a public proposal or not. Like, do I want like the I don't know if I want that. Like, I think maybe more like an intimate, like, boy, take off that shirt, take off them pants. Like, come on, like, I don't know if I want a public or a private proposal. Cortney, I already know what you want. Kesta, what you want?
Wait. What you mean you already know what I want?
I know you want the works. You want the Tyler Perry production.
No. See, that's how much you don't know about me, because that is not true.
Well, enlighten us. This is interesting.
I want. Okay, don't get me wrong. If you're talking about let me finish. If we're talking about my wedding, that's a different story.
Okay.
That's a different story. But as far as the proposal, I just want effort. It doesn't have to be in a crowd full of people. We could just be alone somewhere, whatever. I just want effort. That's all.
Well, with that being said, you give me first date vibes. Because if you just want effort, then I'm going to hopefully, I hope he comes to me as well. Because he'd be like, well, I know you know her. So I'm like, listen, do first date. Like, do the stroll. Like, remember when y'all first met, or a similar outfit.
And I don't need to have 1,000 phones recording me walking down no place looking at old pictures. I don't need that. Give me my ring. Now, if we're talking about my wedding,
we know.
That's a whole production in itself.
Okay.
You know, I want my 3 dresses, and I'm going to get my 3 dresses. Whether I'm marrying myself or somebody else, I'm going to get my 3.
Okay, how are you going to do this costume, this wedding dress change? How long we plan on being there? Like
it's going to be a normal. I'm going to have my wedding dress, and then I'm going to have my reception dress, and then before I leave, before we go and be like, oh, we're leaving, I'm going to have my wedding suit,
like the pantsuit. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're gonna walk out.
Oh, I thought I had to bring my own lawn chair for a moment.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, thought I was gonna have to bring a blow up mattress, like go to sleep or something. Like,
first of all, lawn chair, we're not gonna be outside.
Oh God, are you serious? I want mine semi outside. I want like half and half. Like I want the tenant or either the building, but I want like a outdoor type. Cause let me tell you something. Well, I'm not gonna share that on live, you know.
What kind of proposal would you want, Kesta?
I want something unique.
Different.
Yeah, unique. But keep in mind, I do want my family there, my family friends, and whoever he could get. I want him to have his family friends there, but I want it unique. It don't have to be huge, but with the family friends being there, one that'll really help me not to have to just go around and be like, oh my gosh, guess what happened? You know, they already be there, and it's like boom, and they'll spread the news because they'll be posted and all that stuff too, and all that. But I still want it unique. I wanted to come from his heart, like, you know what I mean? I want him, you know, go investigate. Ask my mama, ask my sister, my niece, a friend, somebody. What's she like? What she do? You know, stuff like that. Just be unique and different with it.
Who is the person that your boyfriend but fiance? Who is the person that he would have to ask for your hand in marriage?
My mom.
Okay, Cortney.
My mom.
Okay, all right. Now,
moving the conversation along, since we're on the subject, we all off subject. What was the next thing we were supposed to be talking about?
We were supposed to be talking about
overthinking a new relationship situation.
I'm an overthinker regardless. Like I hence the big head. You know, I think I kind of make things a little bit more difficult than it need be. You know, but I'm not a spontaneous person, hence why I say I'm not Chucky. I mean, I am Chucky. Like, I don't like surprises, which that kind of hinders like a relationship for me. But meaning, I think because of social media now, men surprise women more. Like, I think relationships have gotten better because of social media, because a lot of men are on social media, so they see what us women are sharing, and we're like, oh, I wish maybe if, and then the guys who are interested in them are looking at that stuff now. So I think men are being a little more romantic, but I used to say, don't surprise me because you're just gonna get your feelings hurt. Meaning, like, if you don't know me well enough and you go, I'm not a flower girl. I'm an edible arrangements girl. Like, give me some fruit that's shaped like flowers. Like, give me something that I actually can use. But y'all know recently, I'm out the driver's seat. I'm on the passenger side now. So whatever a man want to do for me, I let him do it. So if he, in his heart, if he want to buy me flowers, I'm going to be like, oh my God, thank you. I don't know what to do with them, but thank you. But now I know what to do when I put them on my desk. I put them, you know, on the table, you know, pour water on it, whatever. But I know that I'm an overthinker, and I'm working on that because it's stressful, you know.
It is.
Especially in a new situation. And with women, we're very guarded, you know, with our hearts because of our past relationships. So we're like, oh, I ain't about to let no nigga play me. You know, I ain't about to, you know. I used to be real heavy on that. Like, hence, Kesta called me. I'm mannish. What you?
Oh,
Yeah.
so let's not get into this.
Can you define that for us? Because me and Cortney are like, what is that? I mean,
like, okay, so listen. So of course, y'all know everybody that says a man has his way of not letting someone in. So he kind of act like he don't care, but he kind of care. He's just not gonna show you he care.
I ain't got time for all that. What is it? I said I ain't got time for all that riddle shit. Like, I'll be like, what we doing? Like, he act like he care, he don't care, but he want to show it, but he can't show it.
No,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, the part he shows you to you thinking, well, he don't care, but all along, like, he cares, and you eventually find that out. But in the beginning, like, they look at mannish as the guys that are like, they talk hard, they act hard, they like, I gotta keep you out, I gotta keep you away. So I gotta be tough, I gotta be rough. Like, you look for a guy to be tough and rough and all that stuff. But so when it comes to a female and they're saying the female is being managed, that's kind of, it's not actually like a saying you're a man, that hand, right? It's not absolutely saying you're a man. It's just saying that, well, you're acting a little mannish. Like calm down just a little bit. Like, protect yourself, but don't be so rough. Like, you don't have to be so rough with it. You don't have to be like so tough with it. You don't have to be so like gripey and like wailed, and like, you don't have to do all of that. Just you don't have to always drive the car. You can ride. You can just ride sometimes. Right. Listen.
That's where I'm at in my life.
Sometimes you have to know how to ride and know when to say, okay, let me out.
Right. Ooh. This is my stop. No, but we still got no. This is my stop. Let me out. Because if you don't let me out, now it's turning into a hostage situation.
Yep. Right.
Cortney.
Why can't we tell men that same thing though? That's what I just don't understand. It's like you make it seem as if only men can be like, oh, I'm gonna act all hard and act like I don't have emotions and guard myself. Like, women do the same thing, but that doesn't make them mannish. That's all circumstantial. Like, that could be based off of how you grew up, the trauma that you went through. That's just how you chose to defend, like, personally guard yourself. Why does it have to be categorized into a mannish way? Because not all men guard themselves the same way.
Yeah, she just brought up a viewer that says, what did they miss?
Well, who said that? Who said that?
Khaled. She said, what did she miss?
Oh God, everything.
But okay, I'm just saying, like, why does it have to be categorized into this is a man thing and this is what women do when not all genders do the same thing?
I want to touch bases on what you said. Like, I think, Cortney, women are considered when we're too aggressive, which we'll go into then wasn't the next topic like the angry black woman? Was it that? Okay, so when women are too aggressive, Kesta would consider them mannish. But I don't think when you said, well, why can't we call men that? I think we're used to men being aggressive, or mannish per se.
But just because you're used to it, just because that's your normal, does not make it normal. Does that make it? Does that make sense?
Oh, most definitely. But what I was going to say, the opposite of that is women are being considered, when they're aggressive, mannish. When men are more emotional or more sensitive to the woman's needs, guess what we call them people? Bitches.
Yep.
And that's not okay. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I get where y'all are getting these from, but that doesn't make it okay. So why are you adding on to that?
Of course not. I'm here for this, like, backing away from stereotypes, stigmas, labels. I don't like titles. Like,
exactly, because that all ties into, like, okay, if a man shows his feelings and he starts crying, y'all gonna call him a bitch. But why is he a bitch? Because he has emotions. But that's what y'all are used to.
I used to be like, are you crying right now? This nigga crying, yo. Like, I used to be like,
Okay, so like the video I made. I made the video and I said I'm defending real men. I'm only defending real men. And I specifically said society has it that if a man cry, he's not a real man. If he this is why guys are the way they are. A lot of them. This is why they process internally, because as they're growing up, you're like, suck it up, you're a boy. Suck it up, you're a man. Suck it up, you're this. So it's not necessary. So you have society and people that are raising them to be this way instead of raising them to say, hey, son, you a man. If that's why I tell them, if you want to go in that corner and you want to cry, go in that corner and you cry, you let it go, and you come back and you're still a man. That does not change you at the end of the day.
So
but
why using that same logic, so why does one of women guard herself a certain way? Why do you always want to say that she's being mannish? When she is just still being a woman, because you gotta look at it herself.
Because you gotta look at it. Well, you have to kind of look
I'm looking at the whole picture.
Not looking at it as somebody stereotyping, or not looking at it as someone is categorizing or anything like that, because a bunch of stuff and a lot of things have titles because of what it may mean, what may be the meaning behind it. So you call a female, they call a female mannish because you have a lot of real dudes who don't want an aggressive female. Like, he probably don't mind you being aggressive sexually. He might not mind you being aggressive if y'all role playing, stuff like that, but he don't want you aggressive when he trying to get to know you.
But that's not a real man, that's that particular man.
So no, that's what I'm saying. Or I say, well, we always say real man, and that's what a older man told me. He's like, real men. And see, you have some real men that will get to know you past that, and you'll calm down. But then you have some real men, it intimidates them because.
Let's take out the word real, because the real, believe it or not, it's offensive. You know
what, and it's also subjective.
Yeah. So don't say real men, because some men that offends men, and then we got the ABCD LGBT.
We're not doing that.
So we're not gonna say real men. We're just gonna say men.
The only reason why I do that is because I can't defend a man who try to have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah, I trust me. So like how you say, okay. So you know how we be going back and forth, mostly you and Cortney. You know how you say some men, not all. Some. So just say some men. Yeah. So just say some men.
So you got some men. Okay. So you got some men that's like that, but it goes back to as far as what a lot of people look at it as, who a woman is. A woman is a nurturer. We're raised to love you. We're raised to care for you. We're raised like we play with doll babies.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Say that.
We're raised to play with doll babies. We're raised that it's okay to let our emotions out. Some of us are raised that way, but then you have some that's like raised just like a guy is raised, because they either got all brothers or they wasn't shown that type of love or affection or something like that from their parent. So each one have their own. It's just that if you're going back, looking at the history of it, is that women are nurturers, women are carers, women are givers, women are this, and it's like the male is the one that's like the aggressive one, because he's the hunter. He's the one that go out and get and bring.
Are we programmed though? Like, I heard exactly what you said. Are we programmed to be that though? Like,
not
because
no, not in 2020. No. I would say that 50s, 60s, maybe even the 70s, but not in 2020. No, we're not programmed to do that.
Because think about it, when she was talking about toys and stuff, Christmas is coming up. Christmas is coming up. So typically female girls, they get the doll babies, they get so we learn how to take care. We get the tea set and the kitchen set, so we know how to cook. Boys, they get the basketball, So they be in sports, so they're athletic. They get the little push little lawnmower, or they get the little Jeep, big Jeep, you know, stuff like that. So we're kind of, it's kind of like, I don't want to go into that gender assigned toys and stuff. I don't want to go into that, but I get exactly what you're saying. Like, it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of like we're programmed, or because you are getting those doll babies where you're feeding the doll babies, or you are getting the kitchen set where you're learning how to cook and you're putting on the apron. Learning to be
a wife and a mother already.
Yeah. And then, so I grew up with women on the inside. We take care of the inside, the house, and men are on the outside. They take care of the outside thing, that being, you know, bills or the yard and things like that. But now I'm a different breed type of woman. Like, I'm also another thing, if you're raised in a single parent home, mothers, it's harder on females because we're raised by a single mom. They're like, you can't depend on no man, which that's kind of psychologically fucking us up too, because we do want use me. You know, I was taught you can't depend on no man. They ain't shit, you know, and it came from my biological father first. That was my very first ain't shit nigga.
That's the only statement I agree with so far.
That was my very first ain't shit nigga that I've experienced. But so I know from experience about those. But as far as being like, you can't depend on no man, which is, you know, I've had certain situations where a guy was like, oh, I'm gonna buy you this, and he didn't buy it for me outright. He just gave me half on the down payment, and I was left to take care of the rest of it. And I was like, whoa, I thought you said I'm helping you provide, make extra money to take care of that, because it was a vehicle. And I'm like, but that ain't what you said. And so I cried from that, because I was like, oh my God, it happening. Like, I let my guard down. I depended on the man to take care of something he said he's going to take care of, and he didn't. And I promised myself I would never, ever do that again, which I've never done that again. But now that I'm an adult and I'm ready to like settle down, or start my family rather, it's kind of hard, because that's when we go into the mannish, like, because I'm so used to being a strong, independent Black woman, because that's what we're raised to be, because you can't depend on these men. You know, now when I finally meet a guy who is up here, because I've been meeting a lot of men that was down here. I'm usually up here, and I've been meeting a lot of men that's down here. You know, now that I've met my match a little bit, or actually he's above me, it's difficult for me, because I'm like, how do I let a man take care of me? What does that even feel like? That shit is so strange to me. Like, I don't want to miss out on my blessing. Not saying, you know, as far as like who God made, because clearly God placed him in my life for a reason, you know, but yeah, I get it. We are kind of like fucked up a little bit. I am, you know.
There goes the hand.
Yes.
Gotta talk. Okay, so when y'all were talking about like programming, like, you know, boys get cars and stuff like that, and the girls get the dolls, I was feeling that a little bit, because that's true. But
right.
That, and however, I was one of the girls who got dolls and, you know, clothes and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that I was taught to be the nurturer. I was taught to depend or not depend on the man, because I mean, my parents were separated, but it's not like neither one of them was like, oh, they, you know, they were both, you know, active in my life. So it's like, I don't know, I've never been taught like you can't depend on a man, you can depend on a man. Like, it's just, you do what you got to do for yourself.
Self-sufficient.
you got to do what you do for yourself. And if someone comes along, you know, who wants to take care of you, cool, that's great. Can you do it for yourself at the end of the day? Because they ain't always gonna be there. I don't think I can say I've ever been in a household where I was steered either way. You know what I mean?
I think, well, I have, and I think, in no fault of my mom, it's just that, you know, she was just speaking off of real life situations, which is, you really can meet someone, fall in love with them, shit don't work out, or they catfish you to make you think that they're more than what they are, and you create this love awesome child, Ashley Monique. But anyway, you know, and shit just don't work out. So she's just preparing you for just life. I don't want to say disappointment, but we're just gonna say be self-sufficient. But your situation, Cortney, is a little different. hence why I love you up here, because even though your parents were separated, they both was financially, okay. You said your dad was in your life, so I think me and Kesta, we connect more on the they wasn't there, and it's not because they were incarcerated or, out of state. They literally lived here and just wasn't there, but I thank God for my aunts, because I wouldn't have known my father's side of the family, my biological father's side of the family, if it wasn't for my aunts, two in particular, my aunt Bebe and my aunt Emma Jean, and like my cousin Angel and my cousin Allison, like, because I always would stay with them. And then so by me being around them, that's how come I knew my father's side of the family. But I just think it was, my mom was just preparing me. And now as an adult or even growing up, like I get it, but I also can think for myself that, like Kesta said, all men are not like that. And I don't want to go into a new situation with that old baggage, because a man would never be able to have, guys that I've dealt with would never say that I have father issues. I don't. I'll say what I have to.
Don't bring leftovers to the new dinner.
Right.
No, I agree with that completely. I know I'm stuck with my statement that I've been, campaigning. I'm gonna get me a shirt soon, but I know I'm stuck with my statement. But that, however, I'm not gonna bring that feeling, to my next.
Yeah, who is they? Who is they Santana?
What they say?
What that thing say? I know who that is. What that thing say?
So I was figuring that was them. He was like, "Hey y'all," and then he told you he talking junk to you, Ashley.
What he wait?
Like, and what then he say? He was like Ashley STHU, and then
STH.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
And then let's not. He coming on the show with his needing Ayana Van Zandt fix my life ass.
Oh Lord. And then he got right. I ain't got no daddy either. But so what? But see, that's why I said the whole thing. So when I talk about different things, or when I talk about situations, I talk about stuff like, I don't apply. I know it can't apply to everyone because everybody has their own life story. See, you have people out here that were raised correctly, or raised what you would call correctly, or raised what you would call the right way, raised to love, raised to care, raised to treat a woman right, raised to treat a man right. Like, they were raised that way, but as you get older and we learn our own paths and we learn our own way, they chose to stray from it. Now, on the other hand, like Ashley said, Cortney, you are different. My mom and my dad were married, but they separated before I could know it, before I could even know anything, when I was born and everything. And he was not here. My daddy was a public daddy. He was a public daddy. I had to be the child that was in public. So the whole thing would be behind closed doors. I could call my daddy and I could say, "Dad, I love you. You don't love me. You don't act like, you don't show it. You don't this, you don't that." Oh, okay. But no, matter of fact, perfect example. He picked me up. That's the weekend I had a dance performance, had dance practice, and had to go prom shopping. And he's like, what you got to do? I said, well, first and foremost, Daddy, I am hungry. Straight out of school. Y'all know we had lunch for breakfast. And straight out of school, I was hungry. So he was like, I ain't your first citizen, Dad. Your mama can't feed you. I don't have no money. Oh, okay. So we in the parking lot and some woman pull up and he was like, yeah, this is my baby right here. Daddy, can I get some money to go in the store? And I got it. He was a public daddy. Behind closed doors, off. And so I didn't have my dad, even though I know who he was, where it was, could get to him, took care of him when he got sick, all of that stuff. Know my dad's side of the family and everything. But, you still having your father in your life and everything, or he still being there, you could call, or you could go. We're all we all still, even though Ashley didn't have hers, we all still have something embedded in us differently. Because we're raised we may be, not all of us, but we may be raised with the doll baby, being raised to already be a mother, a wife. However, we could be raised with that, but as we grow older and as we learn from life, we start choosing our own work. We start choosing our own way.
Brings me back to
What? Bring me back to
It
what?
brings me back to you cannot say that the way a person guards themselves is either mannish or girlish because we all have different paths.
This is the thing.
We all
I
take
think you should
different
stop
things. You can't
looking
say that because she's being aggressive with how she guards her heart that makes her mannish. No, that's just what she knows.
Right. Oh, that's not where actually that's not a lot of all of them. What a lot of them knows. A lot of them just turn that way because that's just probably they seen it work for others. But see, in being that way, a lot of times you can run off your own blessings because you haven't learned how to say, okay, boom, it hurt. I ain't gonna let it happen again, but I'm not gonna change who I am just because of that. See,
and
like
that's different people at different levels of their life, though. But you can't call them mannish because they're in a certain particular place in their life where they choose to do with something.
Do I need it? It doesn't necessarily mean mannish is not a title. Mannish is just a description. Feminine is a description. Like sissy, all that stuff. That's all of those are descriptions. So that's why I'm like, don't be so technical when somebody says, "Oh, she's mannish." It's not necessarily saying, "Oh, she's a dude," but it's all a description.
You're saying that she has manly qualities. that's just
where you get a bunch. That's where a bunch of descriptions come from off of what they see. And it's all because of what society, and it's all because of that. Because believe it or not, what they call us when they say we fuss too much, they call us naggers. So my whole thing is
acting like a bitch.
my whole thing is it's all descriptions of it because you know who you are. She know who she is. He know who he is. He know where he is. And all that stuff. So it's all descriptions. It's all descriptions of what's going on.
They're just vocabulary words. Just vocabulary words. If you know it doesn't apply to you.
No, I don't.
I mean, words mean things. I'm not
going to dismiss vocabulary words.
No, I know words mean things, but that's when you stand up in it and say, "I'm not mannish."
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not mannish. I'm not a nagger. I'm not a bitch.
Words and just throw that away. Words.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure not. For sure not. That's why you say
mean something. And
they most definitely
maybe
do.
I might have been over analyzing your description, but that's how I would take it. If you were saying that the way I dealt with something was mannish, I would say that you're saying I have a manly quality, which I disagree with.
Okay.
It don't mean you have a manly quality. It probably just means that you handled it in a manly way, or like in the way that.
So we talked about that. Now let's use this manlishness, whatever it is, to go into the last topic: angry Black women.
Actually, there's a difference.
Okay, so what's the difference between angry Black women and manlyish women?
Okay, so a mannish woman. No, let me start with the angry. An angry person, not just a woman, because you have angry men out here.
We focusing on Black women because we wear that title. They give us that crown.
Yeah, you're right.
Black men are the first ones to call us angry Black women. Let's put that out there. They will be the first ones. I will say this till the day that I die. Black men are the first ones to put Black women down.
They want to start dating mayonnaise sandwiches and saltine crackers.
So they want to date exotic women.
Yeah. But Black women, we are exotic. Look at us, Caribbean.
Oh no, we know that we're all in all races.
Yeah,
we know that. But I will say this to the day that I die. Black men are the first ones to put Black women down, and you can't change my mind on that.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, eventually we're gonna bring other Black men up here to speak their piece, about why are we Black bitches? Why are we angry Black women? Why? Well, I can answer that question, and men, if y'all currently watching or if you play this back, but I think y'all are the reason why we're angry Black women. Because like I said before, back in the day, our ancestors, the white man, slave masters, took our Black men from us, from the family. Don't laugh at me because I'm dead ass serious about this.
No, the way that you said it, that's what I was laughing at. I wasn't laughing at you. Go ahead.
Black Lives Matter, but yeah, like it wasn't an option back then. Black men were family orientated, the wife and the kids and strong Black brothers, but then the white man would pull them apart and sell them in shackles, put them on a display and shit, and then sell them over to another plantation, leaving that woman who was a slave and a single, that was the first single mother, the slave, and so she had to raise her children, her boys to be strong and look after your sister, or look after your brothers, the other siblings, and she had to raise that girl, that woman, to be a strong woman, I guess the first strong independent Black woman, because you see from what your mother going through, like what I see and what Kesta saw and what you see, we see how, it may work and it may not. But now, coming of age now, Black men choose to leave us Black women, or they want their cake and eat it too. But a lot of Black men cannot afford two fucking families. So you either gonna stay your ass here or you gonna go over there. And if you're cheating on me, you ain't gotta make a choice. I made a decision for you. You going over there. Okay.
Right. But see, the thing is them labeling angry Black women. Now, it doesn't matter how it go, where it go. I don't care what race you got. There's an angry woman.
Right.
That's no doubt about it. There's an angry woman. But according to my understanding and according to what's going on, Black people get labeled first in anything, rather if it's a Black angry woman, rather if it's the Black, it doesn't matter. It's like for some reason a Black person does get kind of labeled first.
We always doing wrong. Like we can't never do
right.
it right.
When they're forgetting, you got all these other races that they're doing the same thing, or they're doing the most, or they're doing whatever, but they have it too. Now, the reason why I said there's a difference is because an angry person, what you would consider an angry person is one that does not know how to release what has happened to them or what has gone on, and they're housing it in their heart. So now the heart has become stone, and it's like anybody, anything, just make them flip. That's just an angry person. That don't matter how it go. That's an angry person, whether it's angry Black woman, white woman, angry woman. It's a person that don't know. An angry person comes from housing stuff in their heart and don't know how to let it go. Like as far as a whole bunch of the stuff that we've all been through, we should be considered. Well, I don't know too much about what Cortney might have been through, but just being through some things I've been through or something like that, I should, if I was to house everything that was done to me, I would absolutely be an angry person, and right. I would just lash out. Angry people lash out. If they think you trying to offend them, they lash out. If they think they're not sure. Matter of fact, the person that y'all knew that is gone now, I would ask a simple question, and as y'all could tell, they would just hear certain things from you and flip.
And then just flip. Yeah, that's right. What I said.
And I would ask them a question. You so crazy. I would ask them a question, and they would be like, well, we ain't arguing. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to argue. I'm just asking a question. And then I'm like, well, why do you think every time I talk to you, you think I'm trying to argue or attack you? They absolutely told me. They said, I don't know. That's an angry person.
See, to me, that's like one of those, no, I'm not calling him a dog or an animal, but just, that makes me like one of those, you try to go to the shelter or you see a dog running around, you go, oh, it's cute. And then you try to like nurture it, but it got problems and issues, but you still trying to feed it. You still trying to bring it into a loving, caring home, even though you know that that's the best place for this dog, this creature.
Unless that dog know, it's not.
They're too far gone. Like there's some people you cannot save. I do believe that. I do believe that there's people you just can't until they're ready.
Save anybody who doesn't want to be saved.
Yeah,
you
until
don't
they're
lead a
ready.
horse to the water. You can't make him drink it.
Right. So that right. See y'all don't even went spiritual yourselves and ain't even know that thing right there. See, y'all did that. But because I haven't put the spiritual insight of it. The spiritual insight of
Kelly,
it.
You see Michelle.
But but it's the truth though. Like when you guys, and this is why when I told y'all before that spirits are real. Anger, there is an anger spirit that floats. And if you give it the space and opportunity and you hold on, that's what forgiveness is for. It keeps that away. And somebody even asked me, what is forgiveness for? That's part of what it's for. It's for many things, but that's part of what it's for. So you don't be so angry, because then this is what it absolutely says. You want God to forgive you and keep going with you, but you can't forgive the next person. And it tells you that what's the point? You don't ask him, because as long as you don't forgive, he don't forgive. As long as you don't let go, he don't let go. So you have to learn to let go, and you won't be it. The anger won't be there. Now, when I say the difference between that and the mannish way, you just aggressive. Like, don't try to be on his level. Don't let that man be a man, and like Ashley say, ride. And then when you notice that it's just a done deal, well, time to let me go. Time to let me
I'm
be
not
out.
gonna. If a man is aggressive and he wants to be hard and everything else like that, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, he's being a man." I'm just not gonna say that. You're being
That's not
aggressive.
what I said.
You're being hard. That's what you just said.
Actually, Kesta, you did say that. You said
you literally just said
let that man be a man. So you're saying you're putting on that.
I'm just
that's
saying,
just
let
how
him
men
be
are.
a man, as far as if he is being the provider, the protector, if he's being the professor, because honestly, the man punishment was to go and do hard labor. That was his punishment. That's what God put. He's like, you got to go work now. And so I'm saying, if he is being the provider, the protector, the professor, if he's taking care of the house, let him take care of the house. Don't try to do what he do too. It don't mean
I didn't sign up just to sit there and let him do whatever.
But wait a minute, it doesn't mean
I want to protect my own house.
It doesn't mean don't go to work. It doesn't mean don't be a protector, because as women, we are protectors too. We're just a protector in a different manner.
Why does it have to be?
And my whole thing is, that's why I say, like, let the man be the man and let a woman be a woman. Now, you got people that take that out of context. You got people that take that across the country when it says let a man be a man and a woman be a woman. But it's the truth. If he's providing, if he's protecting, if he's professing, if he's doing what he needs to do, if he's leading you, especially in the right direction and your family, let him do that. Don't try to lead too. You are the helpmate. You are the helpmate.
Sorry.
You are the person. You are the person. Let me finish the whole thing. You are the person.
We got like 60 seconds. Let's wrap it up in 30 seconds, Kesta. And then Cortney, you will respond in 60 seconds, and then I'm gonna close it out. Okay. We've been going for an hour.
Saying, you are the person that we protect too, but we're not supposed to just like absolutely do what they do. Like, if that makes sense. I'm just saying, like,
I mean, we can't, even though women say, well, I can do what you do. No, there's a lot of things we can't do, but
right. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by let a man be a man and the woman be the woman. Don't just you be 100 and he be 100. But if he's doing this, then just meet him doing this over here. Just don't try to do the same thing, because then what's really being conquered?
Okay, so great. Now let me say this, Cortney, before. Okay, so, and hopefully you can understand what I'm saying, Kesta. We're gonna take out let a man be the man and let a woman be a woman, because that's more older and traditional. Now we're gonna say updated stuff. We're gonna say, if you're interested in pursuing something with that person, your partner, y'all sit down, have a conversation, and discuss the roles that you would like to play, I would play, and then we will confirm that that's what we're going to do. So there's going to be, so I think what you're saying, it depends on the situation, like your relationship. So you just sit down, talk, because a lot of people are not able to fit the traditional man be a man, woman be a woman, like those traditional roles. So you just you create your own lane for your own relationships, you know. So sometimes now, because women are more independent, so therefore women may have to take on the man role, and men may be doing the things that women do. So that's why I say we're gonna, I guess, take out, I mean, you can still think the way you think, but things have changed so much now. I kind of want a traditional relationship, you know, myself. I'm more of the, you know, but because I've been thought provoked now, I'm not gonna say the let a man be a man and I'm the woman, let me be a woman, meaning the man is outside and I'm just on the inside of the house doing what I need to do. No, we're gonna sit down together and we're gonna discuss what is it that you're good at? What is it that you would like to do? You know, and then I'll say what I can do, and then we'll just work together, you know.
That's why I
may
said
be outside cutting the grass.
You come and be the help meet to it. I'm not saying don't do nothing. I'm saying come and be the help meet to it. But see because if he's cutting wood and this need raking, and you see he got the wood cut, why would you come and cut the wood too when you could just go ahead and rake this up and y'all both will be done?
But that's
a help.
That's being a part of one household. That's not being a help. Because I refuse to be someone's help. I'm going to lead too. Two people can lead. You just got to know how to talk to the person that you're with. Communication is key. I'm sorry.
And so
you're not going to call me the help. I'm not going to be the help and you just be the sole provider, the sole, what did you call it? The leader, the professor, and all that stuff like that. I can be all those things too. And we can be all those things together. Alphas be in relationships all the time. It's not like it's not doable. I'm sorry.
Okay. Perfect.
I don't see the person as like, oh, you chopping wood and you gonna rake leaves. Oh, I'm gonna help and rake leaves. No, I'm raking leaves. You're chopping wood. We're doing this together.
Or you get this tree and I get this tree. 2 hours.
Right.
Or you grab this rake, you rake this side of the yard, I rake this side of the yard, and we meet in the middle.
Exactly. You know? Also, that's not saying that if the way that you saying it as like, and I'm not saying that you're saying that it's like traditional, like the woman's in the house and the man's outside. If that works for someone else's household, I'm not knocking that either. If that works for you, if that's what y'all have talked about, and you're like, oh, I dreamt of, you know, being in the house, taking care of the house, not working to do this, and this man's like, oh, well, I dreamed of trying to take care of my woman and, you know, the kids that we have. I'm not knocking that either. I'm not saying that's a bad thing either. I'm just saying I don't think that's the only way to do it. And I don't think that other people should be condemned if that they don't want that to be the way to do it.
Great topic, you guys. I'm gonna recap and then we're gonna close this out. We did 3 discussions that actually spawn into deeper questions, and when I go back, I'm gonna pull those those questions so we can touch bases on those. The first one was, does body count matter? We all agree, no, it does not. Correct? Okay. And then the second one was overthinking a new relationship or situation. That was more of my personal experience. I can agree that I do that, but I'm currently working on that, you know, because that can kind of hinder a relationship or a situation. Then the third topic was angry Black women. I think we're going to do a part 2 to that because that kind of went deeper. Not off track, but just more deeper about relationships and households, how you're raised, and what's your expectations for your partner and things like that. But we went over an hour. You know,
I want to say something real quick.
Verizon's probably gonna charge me. I'll send the bill to you guys. You know,
that's fine. Can I say something real quick though?
Oh, okay, Alpha woman, go ahead.
I just wanted to say I appreciate that we are 3 strong-minded people.
Of course.
And that we can have these conversations, because I love talking about this kind of stuff with 2 people who think different from me. So I just wanted to say that I love that.
All right. And we're going to have more. Right now, you know, we're just starting out with us, but I'm going to incorporate more. There's going to be another person in this box. It may be a man, it may be a woman. Then there's going to be another person in the box. And then, you know, whenever y'all not able to come, you know, but I'm gonna try to always like center it around you guys. But I also want other people's opinion as well, you know, like other guest hosts and stuff, you know. But I've dreamt of this for a long time. Look, when you was the apartment, and remember after the show, the little freak nasty show that Sister Sister Moody.
Oh yeah, remember when we did that?
Freak nasty.
Strip shop?
The strip shop, you know. The Lord did not tell me to go there.
And Michelle was the one who made us go. Remember that?
Whoa,
made us go.
I did not make y'all go.
She didn't make us go.
Make y'all go nowhere.
She did not.
You suggested.
But I did want to scratch that off my bucket list. So,
matter of fact, right? Y'all were the ones that said something to me. And I just told you
I had already been to one. I didn't need to go.
Well,
So,
I scratched that off my bucket list, and I ain't been back since. I was traumatized by that renegade. I'll never forget his name and that little leather outfit he had on. Because he was not about to make me go viral. He was not flipping me, lifting me, monkey humping me. No. And he was looking for me too. No, I'm not going viral. But anyway, love you. I appreciate you. We will discuss when the next time we'll do this. I gotta call my mans so I can get me a little bling bling so I can be a stay-at-home heathen. But all right then, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Later.